Our top story today is from Chennai, where a Tamil newspaper, Dinamalar, has received a threat similar to the one which was threatening an attack similar to the one on French satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo. The letter, which has been typed in English, says, "Yesterday at Paris, Charlie Hebdo, tomorrow Dinamalar." The words appear against the background of India's map. The letter was sent by post by unidentified elements claiming to belong to an outfit called the Base Movement and said to be based at 3x10 Ukadam, Kovai, Tamil Nadu, India. Below the map is a picture of Osama bin Laden and the words by Al-Qaeda and some Arabic words appearing like a signature. Joining me now from Chennai is my colleague Shisha Reddy, also senior journalist R. Mani joins us also from Chennai. Shisha, to you first, what's the police telling you? Are they taking this threat letter to Dinamalar very seriously?
Well, Sudhir, they can't rule out the fact that this letter has come in the backdrop of this particular attack in Paris. But on the other hand, yes, they have been looking into the authentication of this particular letter. But however, we have learnt that the address that whatever they have given, the Base Movement 3/10 Ukadam Street in Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu is fake because there are no people in that particular address and the number is also fake. But however, police are also checking into the verifications whether it's just a hoax or who is behind this letter. The investigation process is still on, Sudhir.
Right. Mr. Mani, perhaps that's the reason why the Dinamalar group has been trying to downplay this threat letter, saying that the media in Tamil Nadu and the national media is making too much for it. Do we take it lightly, especially in the context of what happened in Paris?
I think so. The media here in Tamil Nadu is in fact overreacting to the threat letter to Dinamalar. You see, Dinamalar is a paper which has its own mischief agenda for the past several years. I can go far as to say a few decades. They have antagonized so many sections of the people, especially the left forward looking and progressive elements, women's groups, Islamic groups, Christian groups. They have antagonized so many people. But of course, it's one of the leading newspapers which has the pulse of the people. I think in a way the media is over exaggerating the issue, and I don't have any surprise over the behavior of Dinamalar in handling this threat.
Right. Mr. Mani, one may think that it is a vague letter which can be ignored, but there is also a subtle threat. They're basically saying that this is the line and cross the line at your own risk. Do you think media organizations in the future in Tamil Nadu or elsewhere in the country will have to live with that kind of a fear?
You see, the reality in Tamil Nadu is there is no genuine physical threat to any of the major media news outlets. As far as this issue is concerned, I can say that media is trying to make a mountain out of mole. Dinamalar is, I repeat, Dinamalar is known for its prejudices on so many issues. But to say that this letter actually betrays the threat perception to mainstream media in Tamil Nadu is actually over exaggerating it. If at all there are threats to any media freedom or organizations, it is from the fringe Hindu fundamentalist groups to left oriented publications and left oriented media outlets and to few intellectuals and writers. Certainly groups and newspapers like Dinamalar are not at all facing any serious threat as far as their existence is concerned.
Right. Mr. Mani and Shisha Reddy, thanks a lot for joining us there on the Dinamalar story from Chennai. The Andhra Pradesh government is in bad financial shape, in fact so bad that it has decided to defer payments to different agencies and contractors so that it is able to fund its welfare programs and also pay 2,500 crore rupees as salary on the 1st of February. In fact, since the bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh, the restituted state of Andhra Pradesh has been facing a precarious financial position. Joining me now on Up South is Dr. Parakala Prabhakar, Communications Advisor to the Andhra Pradesh government. Dr. Prabhakar, the Andhra Pradesh government seems to be in a very bad position, so bad that in fact it seems to be scraping the bottom of the barrel to be paying the salaries this month. Now, looking at the financial situation of Andhra Pradesh, would you say that Andhra Pradesh seems to be qualifying for the Bimaru status like the other states?
You see, this is a problem of legacy, Sudhir, because you see, when we've taken birth on June 2nd, we've inherited 60,000 crore deficit. This is a legacy problem. It is not because of financial mismanagement or anything. One. Second thing is, we are now able to manage our expenditure so very well because of the experience of our Chief Minister as well as the experience of our Finance Minister, that we have been able to pay our salaries very regularly. We have also been able to pay almost to the tune of 5,000 crores towards the debt redemption of farmers. We have been able to pay all the fee reimbursements in the engineering colleges, and we have also been able to pay about 1,500 crores towards the industrial incentives, which was a backlog from the past governments. So this is the kind of expenditure we had incurred. We had met the expenditure. We have not cut down on any of our welfare schemes, which means that our financial management is so very robust. But then the fact is that we have a wage bill of about 2,500 crores, including pension, every month. We have been meeting that. But we are not going towards the Bimaru states. It's just a temporary phase where, in the bifurcation discussion and the bill, the Government of India then promised us to bail out of this financial deficit that we are to incur, and we are expecting that. If that comes about, we will be very sound.
Right. Dr. Prabhakar, will come to the special status issue in a bit, but what happens immediately? Are you withholding payments to contractors or to other agencies so that you are able to deliver the salaries on the 1st of February?
You see, what we are doing, I mean, the kind of strategy that we had evolved is this, that those kind of expenditures which do not impact immediately on the welfare and development of the state. For instance, if there is a project which is a long-term project, which is a 10-year project, if we delay the payments for about a couple of months, if we delay the releases for a couple of months, it really doesn't materially affect those projects. In such areas, we are cutting down on the expenditure and the releases. That is the only thing that we are doing, so that we are afloat. Our welfare commitments and our salary commitments are intact and met.
Right. Dr. Prabhakar, this special status to Andhra Pradesh was promised by the Prime Minister on the floor of Parliament when the AP reorganization bill was being debated. Now, despite the Telugu Desam being part of the NDA government in Delhi, the BJP is part of the government here in Andhra Pradesh, the goodies don't seem to be coming Andhra Pradesh's way. The special status has still not been given.
Sudhir Garu, the special status is not part of the AP Reorganization Act 2014. It's not.
Right.
What is part of the Act is separate, and what was promised to us on the floor of the House before passing the bill, especially in the Rajya Sabha, by the then Prime Minister, is special status. Now, the special status, there is an institutional process and mechanism to name a state as a special state for the special status. That is, one is the NDC, the other one is the Planning Commission. Now, there seems to be some kind of a role ambiguity now, whether Niti Aayog is a true inheritor of Planning Commission or not, if it discharges all the functions that the Planning Commission used to do, is something which is debatable. We do not know about that. But the point is this: the Government of India has been telling us that, and what we understand is, whether we get that particular kind of a nomenclature or a label of special status or not, but most of the points and most of the items which otherwise would have formed part of the special status category are going to come to us.
Right.
The kind of the tax concessions, the kind of backward area help, and all those things are going to come to us. That is what we are expecting, and that is the kind of assurance that we have got.
Karnataka's Excise Minister Satish Jarkiholi, a close confidant of the Chief Minister, has resigned. In fact, he did not even wait for Siddaramaiah to return to Bengaluru from Tirupati, where he had gone, before faxing his resignation. Though Jarkiholi says he has no differences with the Chief Minister, the resignation is seen as an indication of the discontent brewing within the Congress party against the Chief Minister. Jarkiholi has said that he wants to focus on doing party work and social service. The minister wasn't happy with the excise portfolio and on many occasions had asked for a different portfolio. Let's listen in to the political voices coming in from Karnataka.
ಇಲ್ಲೇನಂತ ಮತ್ತದೇನು ಮಾತುಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ CM ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ CM ಅವ್ರ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಶಾಸಕರು ಕೂಡ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ.
ಕಾರಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ, ಪತ್ರಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ನಾನು ಓದಿರೋದು. ಅವರು ಹಿಂದೆ ಒಂದ್ಸಾರಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಖಾತೆ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡಿ, ನಾನು ರೀಸಫರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ ಮನುಷ್ಯ, ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ.
Nothing is right in the Congress party, Congress government. That's why I feel it is the beginning of end, and now it is coming out. That's all.
You feel that this is a rebellion that's brewing within the party?
That it is slowly picking up. It is rebellion has started quite long back with the. You have seen the statement of Parameshwar previously, and also the. I don't need to quote about the speaker also. And you know how this government is functioning. There is a discontent because of the functioning of the style of the functioning of Siddaramaiah.
For a perspective on what's happening within the Congress in Karnataka, let's cut across to Sugata Raju, editor of Vijay Karnataka. Sugata, that there are differences within the Congress party in Karnataka is an open secret, but the resignation by the excise minister there in Karnataka, is that an indication that the chief minister perhaps cannot take even his own men for granted?
This is certainly a huge embarrassment for the chief minister, because Satish was his close aide, has been with him for many years and decades now. So it is certainly an embarrassment. But is this a warning signal? Perhaps it is a warning signal, because this has now, this whole issue of Satish Jarkiholy was brewing for 6 or 8 months now. Everybody in the media knew that Satish Jarkiholy was unhappy with his own ministry and a few other things. The other reasons are mysterious. One doesn't know why he was unhappy. Perhaps he shared a very close bond with the chief minister, and it has to do with some personal issues. But he was certainly unhappy about his ministry, about the portfolio that he held, that is the excise portfolio. He had voiced his disagreement about it. And from what I learned, he had also there was absolutely no communication between him and the chief minister. The chief minister was avoiding him, and he was avoiding the chief minister. So this was going on. And see, the thing is that the chief minister, who knew that this was happening, should have handled it better. In the sense, he should have summoned him and sorted it out, and should not have waited for it to spill over into the public domain.
Right. Sugata Raju, there have been voices of discontent, especially from the old congressman lobby in Karnataka, but perhaps they are not acquiring high decibel levels because there is no leader to wield the megaphone for them, and also the high command at the moment in Delhi is pretty weak. Now, are these things that the chief minister should not ignore?
See, the only other big Congress leader who can bring people together would be Kharge. See, Parameshwar is extremely weak because he lost an election, and he's an MLCA, and he's only trying to get into the cabinet now. So the only other leader who could probably have some kind of traction within the Congress, the Karnataka Congress, would be Kharge. But Kharge has on record, not once, not twice, but at least 3 times in the recent past, that is in the last fortnight, has clarified that he wouldn't want to upset the apple cart here. But one doesn't know what would happen in politics. But that is the old Congress gang that one is talking about. There is no other leader who could hold the government together in Karnataka, even if he wants to. And there are certain other dissident voices within the government which are well known, but those are non-performing assets of the Congress party in Karnataka. So, for example, there has been a rumor that Ambarish is very unhappy. But I think the Congress party will only be very happy if Ambarish quits, because he's been a non-performing minister. And if you recall his tenure in the UPA, short stint in the UPA ministry, he was also a non-performing minister then. So I think there are certain disgruntled voices, and those disgruntled voices have their own reasons, and it's certainly not with regard to the chief minister's persona per se. Because I think Siddaramaiah is one chief minister, unlike Modi, who has not centralized everything. He has decentralized the running of his ministries. So some of the senior ministers I have been speaking to, do acknowledge that Siddaramaiah has given them complete autonomy to run their ministries.
Right. Sugata Raju, thanks a lot for joining us there from Bengaluru and putting this resignation by the Karnataka Excise Minister in perspective. Thanks a lot for joining us on Up South.